of us, our entire cast and crew, but especially for Peyton Barons, I'm Andrew Harvey saying so long, thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you next time, and we look forward to seeing what Under Review has to say about this.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Phil Lavanco. Welcome to Under Review, where we take the most controversial decisions in the Major Arena Soccer League and put them under the microscope of the head of officiating for the MASL, Ryan Cigich. And Ryan, this week, I say it's a special episode because we reviewed dozens of your decisions before, but nothing like this past week. So we're going to go through the controversies from Tacoma, San Diego, and give you an opportunity to explain each of the plays. Not a defense, but an explanation. You ready to go?
Ready, Phil.
The first of our plays from Tacoma, under 3 minutes to play, and the Sockers have a sixth attacker on. The review on this play results in red cards to both Charlie Gonzalez and Rafael Cox. Ryan, do you want to take us through this decision?
Yeah, Phil, first I want to take everybody back a little before that, where we have a San Diego's Tavoy Morgan who jumps up and deliberately blocks the ball after it was released by Chris Toth, the goalkeeper, because the goalkeeper can throw the ball into their opponent's net, and this would have been a legal goal. So this is the tactical handball that prevents a possible goal. Therefore, it's a blue card 2-minute power play penalty that was issued. There was some question surrounding this as should this have been a red card. The answer here is no, for two reasons. First, it does not stop what would have been a clear goal scoring opportunity. And then secondly, per our rules, just similar to outdoor, this handball does not occur in the attacking half of the field.
Clear meaning we don't know if Chris would have thrown it directly into the net.
That's correct. All right, so then we have the whistle that's blown for the handball, and we have Tacoma number 23, Rafael Cox, and then San Diego number 21, Charlie Gonzalez, who's the sixth attacker. They come together, both players strike each other in the face. It's off ball, it's during a dead ball. So they were both issued red cards for violent conduct. And then with each of those red cards comes a 2-minute power play penalty that accompanies those.
The next play we're going to discuss from this game, 33 seconds left. Tacoma still up 1, and Drew Ruggles is awarded a blue card that would result in Nick Pereira's shootout decision. Now, Ryan, nobody wants my opinions on this particular show today, but I think Ruggles got Rivers on the front foot, and a blue card was the correct call.
Come on, Phil. Everybody values your opinion. But you're right. This is the last offender foul. It's a tripping. It's in the attacking half. Therefore, it's a blue card, 2-minute power play penalty, and a shootout. It was the last defender. Now, the key component to this play is that Drew Ruggles must go to the penalty box, obviously. However, his penalty time cannot immediately start because San Diego already has 2 players serving time penalties. Tavoy Morgan for the handball and the red card to Charlie Gonzalez. So even though this trip happens with 20 seconds left on the game clock, the penalty time cannot begin until one of the 2 penalties expires. And that's when the countdown can begin for the Ruggles blue card. So Ruggles' time does not start until the first penalty expires, which was Morgan's handball, and that expires at 12 seconds. And this is an extremely important point as we discuss the sequence of events here. And I'll just say I can't remember the last time if I've ever seen a 3v3 going on with the player waiting for time to start. So this is a very rare situation.
Now to Nick Pereira's shootout attempt with 29 seconds left on the clock. The Stars are adamant Gabriel Costa left early from the yellow line that results in the block of Pereira's shootout. San Diego then marches down the field to score what they think is the game-tying goal that eventually was chalked off. Now, Ryan, let's take this one at a time. We got a lot of things going on. Let's start with Pereira's shootout attempt and the Tacoma claim that Costa left early.
Okay, Phil. Yeah, lots going on. So we go to the shootout. Play here is restarting with 4v3 in favor of Tacoma, and that's important. There are 29 seconds left on the clock. And this is where, as you said, there's a lot of controversy here. There is a claim that San Diego players, specifically Costa, leaves the halfway line before the whistle, and then he is the one who blocks the shot on goal from the shootout. So the players were, in fact, reset twice before the whistle. Now, in fact, by rule, they should have been issued a formal team warning on the second false start, and that did not happen. So then the whistle is blown and the shootout begins. There is a strong claim that when the whistle was blown that San Diego had left the halfway line early. I don't believe that's accurate, and I'm not convinced that that's what happened. We've asked for video to support that, and we've yet to see that. However, I will say that the shootout rule 14.8 does state that once the whistle sounds, that becomes a live play. All the players at that point can move from the halfway line. The players do not have to wait for the ball to be touched by the kicker.
So now San Diego takes the ball, marches back down the field, and scores what they think is the game-tying goal at 7-7. Ryan, you went to review, and you ruled this not a goal, putting 13 seconds back on the clock. Can you explain this one to us?
Well, yeah, this is where things get even a little more confusing, and this is where an officiating error was made. So let's go back to what was mentioned earlier. We have a 4v3 in favor of Tacoma. We have Drew Ruggles for the sixth attacker trip that is in the penalty box, again, waiting for his time to start once the current San Diego penalties expire at 12 seconds. So what happened here is at 12 seconds, two San Diego players were left out of the penalty box. Devoy Morgan for his handball, and then Charlie Gonzalez serving for the red card. Even though both of those penalties expired and on the arena clock they both went to 0, only one technically should have left because the Drew Ruggles sixth attacker trip penalty was beginning at that point. Well, this means that San Diego scored the tying goal with 1.6 seconds on the clock, but they had too many men on the field even though those other two penalties had expired. So the goal was correctly disallowed. And then the question here becomes, well, how is play restarted? And in order to determine that, we asked ourselves, well, when did the violation occur? Meaning that when should play had stopped? And that was when the extra San Diego player was left out of the penalty box, which was 12 seconds. And at 12 seconds left in the game, the San Diego goalkeeper / sixth attacker had possession of the ball.
We're going to put that game to bed. Announcers, please do not call us out every show. We're watching. Trust us. We've got this. Also, production, you can help the referees by leaving a camera on these very critical decisions. Ryan, we're off to Harrisburg now. We've spent way too much time on that Tacoma game. So some quick hitters here. 2:15 on the clock in the first quarter. Harrisburg, Utica City, and Joey Tavernisi is tackled by his BFF, Nelson Santana, right at the center line. This is a straightforward blue card.
Yeah, it's a really, really high tackle. I'm a little surprised here. I thought those two were friends, but a dangerous tackle.
But the correct decision in your opinion?
Absolutely.
One more for this game, and this incident proved to lead directly to a Utica goal to put him up by 2 goals. Keaton Woods on Utica City goes flying through the air from a tackle from Dom Francis. Keaton Woods does have a history of simulation on this show, and Dom Francis adamant that he did not touch him. The referee, number 6, has a great view of this run. Ryan, do you agree with the call?
Yes, I agree with the call. It's a clear tripping. I do not have a blue card here. There's not enough in it for that.
Harrisburg might not have liked that call, but the Heat would love the call against the Baltimore Blast. This decision in overtime leads directly to their game winner, their first victory of the season. Ryan, why don't you take us through this one?
Well, we've talked in a few of the previous episodes, Phil, where a time penalty, a blue card power play in overtime or a tight game, it just needs to be 100% clear and obvious, and this one was. So this is a really good, courageous decision by the referees to make this call, and it's correct.
Last play from this robust episode of Under Review, St. Louis in Empire, under 3 minutes in the fourth. This call goes to video review, and the decision is made not a blue card for boarding on Empire. Ryan, you've always taught me in the show extra close attention is paid around the boards. Do you agree with this decision?
You're right, Phil. I mean, around the boards, we need to be careful because the players can get injured very easily there. But I see this as more of a push that happens several feet away from the boards, and then his momentum carries him in there just a little bit. But I think a foul only is the correct call here.
That's it for this episode, a fireworks episode of Under Review. Ryan, we went through all the plays from this weekend. If you have a play out there that you want us to review, _HeyYoPhil on Twitter. I am there. I'm watching all those responses, looking for plays for you guys. For Ryan Cigich, I'm Phil Lavanco. This is Under Review. We'll see you next time.